What is good, my Rags and Fitness people, my Rags and Fitness folks, my Rags and Fitness fam? It's your man Rags, back off up in this thing, and when I tell you I'm off up in it, I'm talking about I'm knee deep, all the way off up in it. For my weight loss journey people, keep God first, that's important. Keep your head to the sky, and shake all of the haters off. And for all of my Crimson Tide football fans, can I please get a roll, Tide, roll, baby! Hey man, it's your guy Rags, back again. For all of my people that's been subscribed to Rags, been liking Rags channel, that's been commenting, subscribing, sharing, doing it all. For all of my people, your love is greatly appreciated. I mean, from the pits of my heart. And for all of you people that's been watching Rags, right? That's been on the fence about subscribing to Rags, right? They say, hey man, should I subscribe or not? What are you waiting on? Hit the subscribe button now. Now today, as you can see by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about a quarterback that I think is going to be a game changer. I mean, a guy that I think is going to come in and he's got Heisman Trophy candidate written all over him. He's got the best quarterback in the class of 2024 written all over him. He's got the best quarterback once he actually get on campus and start playing and getting these awards. He's got that aura written all over it. And that's why I call him Julian, the Super Saiyan, Sayin. Now, Mr. Julian Super Saiyan Sayin, this guy is in the 2024 class. He's a commit to the Alabama Crimson Tide. This guy is one heck of a quarterback, man. This guy, he can pass that ball. He's got a great quarterback rating. I'm talking about a 137.1 quarterback rating. I think that's the best quarterback rating out of most of these guys in this 2024 class. This guy, man, he's got wheels of steel. If you get this guy in some trouble, he can get out of Dodge. And this guy's not going to take too many sacks. He knows how to get positive yardage. This guy is from Carlsbad, California. He plays for Carlsbad High School in California, right? And this guy is one heck of a stud. He's a stud. The stats this guy's got, he's got for his career, this guy's passed for over 5,600 yards, man. This guy's got over 60-something touchdowns. Like I told you earlier, he has a 137.1 quarterback rating. That's one of the best quarterback ratings in his class, right? And hey, this guy he was a sought-after quarterback. He shut his commitment down back, I think, in November 2022. But this guy was a highly sought-after quarterback. Most of the great coaches and most of the great quarterback evaluating coaches, the quarterback whispering coaches, they wanted him. But guess what? He shut his recruitment down and he chose the University of Alabama. He said, I want to go down there with none other than Tommy, the Bee's Knees Reed. Now let's talk about this guy a little bit, right? He's a 5-star quarterback at most sites. You got ESPN got him ranked at, I think, 8th nationally. Rivals have him ranked at 5th nationally. But you have this site, 247, right? 247 Sports, which is one of my favorite sites. They're one of my most sought after sites. Whenever I want to find some information, I usually go to 247 Sports over all of the sites, right? He has a composite rating here of 5 stars, 0.9943, right? But he has a 247 Sports overall, the 96 rating here. He's got 4 stars. They rated him 34 nationally. Now, is that a big deal? Maybe not, because when it boils down to it, 247 Sports usually do a update throughout the year, and they do them several times. And it's no doubt in my mind that this guy would end up being a overall 5-star, and he would be one of the best out there. Does the stars matter? No, because his production says it all on the films, on the field. He lays it all down on the line. And when I tell you he's a Super Saiyan, he turns on the big bright yellow hair and he gets it in. He'll knock them all over. He lines them up and he knocks them down. This guy here, man, they raving over this guy, right? Let's read out some of the, some people may say, hey, Rags, let's back up a little bit. Rags, who give you the right to say that this guy is one of the best ever? You're not a talent freaking analyzer. How do you know this? It's because of the raving that I've heard about this guy. And let's go back, let's do some reading on the 247 Sports site. And let's read some of the stuff that these guys are saying about these guys, right? I'm gonna scroll down here on this computer. And we're gonna read this. Now this is an evaluation report from Mr. Greg Biggins. Mr. Greg Biggins is the National Recruitment Analyst over at 247 Sports, right? He's got this guy projected, right, as a first round pick going into the NFL later on in the future, right? But let's read what Mr. Greg Biggins is saying about this guy. And I quote, Saiyan has been one of the state's top quarterbacks since his sophomore year. He's a pure thrower and might be most ready to step in and play early of all of the signal callers in 2024. His football IQ is very high, and he has an advanced feel for the position and understands how to throw with timing and anticipation. He has excellent pocket mobility and short area quickness. He can elude pressure and either buy time outside the pocket or take off and run when he needs to. He's very accurate to all three levels of the field. He has a tight release and throws exceptionally well off platform and with different arm angles. Has a narrow frame and will need to buck up a bit and add good weight. But he has all the tools to be very good early on in college. And I believe that last statement is what has him down a little bit. It's because of his weight, his frame, right? I believe that's what they're looking at when they evaluate these quarterbacks and when they rate these quarterbacks. But he said something very key in like his second sentence here. And I want to reiterate. I want to repeat what this guy has said. Quote from Mr. Greg Biggins. He's a pure thrower and might be the most ready. He said the most. Might be the most ready to step in and play early of all. Not of one, not of two, not of three. Of all of the signal callers in the class of 24. Now this is not Rags. I've quoted Mr. Greg Biggins. Hey, he's the National Recruitment Analyst over at 247. So if anybody have any kind of problems on what I just said, you got to take that up with Mr. Greg Biggins. Because he said, and I quote, he's a pure thrower and might be the most ready to step in and play early of all. Wait a minute. Of all of the signal callers in the class of 2024. I don't know, man. I like it. Mr. Greg Biggins, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of accolades over there at 247 Sports. I'm pretty sure they give you Recruiter of the Month. I'm pretty sure you've been Recruiter of the Year. Hey, man, I like the talk that you're talking, Mr. Greg Biggins. You're a great guy in Mr. Rag's book. Now, one of the questions people ask is Mr. Sayin going to stay with the University of Alabama? Well, I sure do hope so. It don't matter. Wherever this guy go, I believe he's going to be a exceptional talent. He's going to probably be a generational talent, right? But I'm pretty sure he's going to stay with the University of Alabama. My only gripe with Mr. Julian Sayin is, hey, Mr. Julian Sayin, talk loud. Get out there. Get to the recruits. Get your swag on and tell all of the best recruits in the class of 2024 to come and play with you. We want all of the top-notch receivers. We want all of the top-notch running backs. We want all of the top-notch tight ends. We want all of the top-notch linemen. We want all of the defensive players to come and play with you. And Mr. Julian Sayin, you have to say it loud and clear. So if Mr. Julian Sayin is not saying it loud and clear enough, guess what? Old Rags is going to help this guy out, and I'm going to help him recruit some of the players that we might need to get, right? And I'm going to tell you, if you're a great receiver and you want to have a great quarterback in the class of 2024, you need to join the Alabama Crimson Tide. If you want to be a champion, if you want to win SECs, if you want to make it to the playoffs, you need to join the Alabama Crimson Tide. Any great receiver out there, because Mr. Julian Super Sayin is the best quarterback, in my opinion, in the 2024 draft. 2024 class of recruiting out of high school, right? Now, let's talk about this guy had offers from a lot of schools, right? Let's go and let's talk about that real quick. Let's go and find the schools that offered him, right? Here goes a complete list of all the schools that offered him, right? Alabama, of course, that's where he committed. You got Ohio State, Ryan Day. He's a great quarterback whisperer. He's a great talent evaluator. He wanted Mr. Ryan Day. He wanted Mr. Julian Sayin bad, right? Arizona, Auburn, Hugh Freeze. He always got some pretty good quarterbacks. Florida Atlantic, Florida State, Georgia, Louisville, LSU, Miami, Michigan State, Missouri, Notre Dame, Oregon State, Penn State, San Jose State, Tennessee, Texas A&M, UCLA, USC, Utah, Washington State. These are all the schools that wanted him. Now you got schools like with the likes of USC, Mr. Lincoln Riley. Everybody know he's a pretty good evaluator of quarterbacks. He wanted Mr. Julian Sayin bad. But Mr. Julian Sayin shut down his commitment and he chose the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. Now, for any of my fans that's out there worrying about the quarterback situation, guys, we will be straight this year. But I tell you one thing, when the 2024 season comes and Mr. Julian Sayin is on campus, Mr. Julian, the Super Saiyan, when on campus, when Mr. Julian Sayin is on campus, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be a glorious sight. This guy is going to be, should I say, Mr. Bryce Young 2.0. The state of California has blessed us with quarterbacks, huh? So, hey man, it's lovely. I'm loving it. Seeing this guy, us getting probably the best quarterback out the class of 2024. How many people might refute that? But that's in my opinion. And if you can't get with my opinion, I don't really care. Alabama, be proud of your quarterback. Don't want any other one. We got the one that we got. Certain things in life that happen. God has blessed us. So be appreciative of what God has given us. Hey man, we got our quarterback of the future, and I don't want another one. I'm going to go with this guy. I've watched all of his film. I'm going to go with him day in and day out. And not only are we going to go with him, he's going to go with us because he chose us. And with all that being said, old Rags is out of here already. Yeah.